All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome in. Welcome in. Gonna be shipping out some orders live today. We're gonna do a little bit of a different style live. Let me go over to my Nifty Analytics. So I have that brought up. And today I actually pulled one order and I was like, you know what, let's just pull the orders together on live so I can show you that process. I don't have the camera set up for over there, but I plan to have a camera set up and angled for that side. So when I do pull orders, you'll be able to see the whole process of me pulling orders. But for today, we're just gonna angle the computer over there and I'm gonna go through each and every pull, pull it out, show you how I pull the orders and then ship the orders too. So I've already pulled the first order. You're gonna hear me print off the labels and everything this morning because I haven't set any of that up. So I'll probably just do it this way from now on because Kayla's watching Joey now because Joey's not in school. So instead of her setting up all the shipping in the morning, I'm just gonna pull and ship everything on live with you guys. What's up, Juliet? So welcome in. If you guys have any questions, of course, feel free to ask as I'm shipping out orders, but like a different feel today. So might take me a little bit longer to get used to this kind of style, but once I get it down, it'll be nice, quick, and easy. Let me slide this over too. If you guys sold anything cool this weekend, feel free to drop it down in the chat below. If you have any questions, of course, ask. Make sure you like the live. Make sure if you're watching on replay, you say replay down in the chat, so that way I know you came and watched the replay. I appreciate everybody who comes in and always says replay for me. What's up, Ed? What's up, Bobby? Welcome in. We're going to start right off the bat because it's going to be a little bit of a longer live because I did have quite a few orders this weekend. I don't know how many total. We'll see as we go because I was busy this weekend building furniture and stuff, so I didn't really pay attention to sales, but we do have quite a bit, which is pretty cool because I don't think I've listed in like 2 weeks now, and I'm still getting consistent sales. It's why having a big inventory system like this is really, really good. You don't have to keep sourcing to keep making money. You just have the inventory already ready to go, and people come in, buy your items, and you ship them out, and you can worry about other stuff while you're still making money. So first item that sold is a Brooks Brothers. It's a Brooks Brothers corduroy. It's kind of like a shacket. You can kind of see the corduroy feel going all the way through on this one. It's a men's size 2XL, and this one sold for $40 over on Depop. What's up, Lily? What's up, Danette? Welcome in. Welcome in, everybody. You're gonna hear the birds and the mowers and the chirping in the background. I haven't set up the I haven't got the AC unit for out here, so once I get the AC unit, that'll all be closed up. But for today, it was actually cooler if I just opened that that garage door, let some of the natural air in. It's kind of hot and muggy in here this morning. I plan to get that AC unit probably not today. It'll probably be tomorrow, and then I'll set it up and then be nice and air conditioned out here, which will be nice. All right, let me print this label out. I got to go over to my, where's the label on here? There it is. Download shipping label. Boom, boom. Going ground advantage. There it goes. And I got one more Depop order. All the Polo Ralph Lauren pieces that I pulled today, I'm actually not going to ship right away because I want to make a social media post on that. So you'll see me set those aside. But there we go. Number one. One bad thing I forgot to do over the weekend because I was so busy, I forgot to schedule a pickup with the post office. So I'm going to have to go drive these. Today, my goal is to remember to do that so I don't have to worry about doing that and dropping it off. All right, next order is a Lacoste. This is a Lacoste quarter zip. Let me find it real quick. It's in 4506. So we're going to come over here to 4500s. And of course, it's down in the bottom right one. It's covered up by these lights. Put those over there. 4506. There it is. 4506. This is a nice little Lacoste quarter zip sweater. Picked this up a while ago. I picked it up in the middle of summer. Took a little bit to sell. Ended up selling for 20 bucks, I believe, over on Depop. Yeah, 20 bucks. I took a best offer on it. Let me print out this label. Again, if you guys are hanging out, you have any questions, feel free to drop in the chat. This is a good time to ask questions. I do have some videos planned. I've already started editing them. Some short form content of the thrift trip we took yesterday. If you didn't see, we went thrifting. I usually do not go thrifting on Sundays, but we went yesterday. And man, it was like a gold mine. It was like one find after another after another. It was really cool. How do you do shipping for items that are 4 pounds plus? It really depends on the items. If it's like a jacket, that's like a leather jacket, it's 4 pounds plus. I'll put it in a box usually. Most items that are 4 pound plus will go into a box. If it's like a hard good, then you just get a bigger box to stick it in there. How many days do you allow yourself to ship? Everything is within one shipping day. So one business, 1 day handling on eBay. On Poshmark, Mercari, and Depop, I can allow myself to go a couple days because they don't really have a policy. But when it comes to eBay, I have 1 day handling on everything on my eBay store. All right, let's go back to Gmail real quick. I have to open up my Poshmark. How many orders do I have on Poshmark? Let us see. I think I have 5 orders, but one's a really, really good order. Yeah, 5 orders total. Open up my labels. What's up, piece of scrap? Welcome in. Okay, that one was canceled. All right, we got a Carhartt boys hoodie. Let me find out where this is. Usually I have all these pulled, but I figured this would be a cool way to show you guys how I pull orders. Just do this on live. Went to your link tree but didn't see the Amazon link. Need some packing tape. If you go to my link tree, the very second link, it's like the biggest, it's like a big link compared to all the rest. It's going to say products we use on a daily basis, and there'll be a picture in the background. That's the link tree that you need to hit. I got a whatnot order from Norway with an F on it. Does it go FedEx? My post office F. If it's FedEx, it'll say FedEx. It'll have a different label. I'm not sure what F is. Anybody know in the chat what the F is on that? Because I've never got a whatnot order with an F. And I can't think of any post office shipping label that would have an F on it. What shipping policy do you use when I put calculate? Oh, I do flat rate on eBay. I do flat rate on eBay. Everything under a pound is $7 shipped. Everything between 1 to about 2 pounds is $10. And everything above 2 pounds, 2, 3 plus is $12. Usually I don't have anything that's more than like 4 or 5 pounds, so that $12 will cover most things that I ship. If I do have to owe a little bit on the label, then I'll take that out of my cost. 5272, 5272, 5272. This is a boys Carhartt hoodie. I forget where we got this. I got this a while ago. Boys Carhartt hoodie does have a big Carhartt hit on the front. This one sold over on Poshmark for 23 buckaroos. Will you be going up on your shipping when USPS raises prices on 10.5? It just depends on how much they raise prices on 10.5. Usually the wintertime increase is not as much as the summertime increase, so I'll probably end up keeping it the same. To be honest, I don't think the post office can go much higher on ground advantage because they're going to end up losing business. So ground advantage, that's pretty much how I ship most things on eBay. It'll stay relatively the same, so I'll keep it. When I'm shipping out most items on eBay, like something like this, I have about $1 room. They're not going to raise ground by $1. They would literally like murder their business if they did that. Maybe first class. Post office won't take it. F. I'd have to see the label. Yeah, F would be first class, but they have no more Fs anymore. There's all ground. There's no more first class. So if the post office won't take it, then that means that's a FedEx label. So you'd have to take it into FedEx. I don't do calculate on eBay. I do flat rate on eBay. Flat rate, again, $7 for anything under a pound. Between 1 to 2 pounds, I do $10 flat rate. Anything above 2 pounds usually is $12. Can you ship more than one item to a buyer on eBay in one package? Yes, but make sure you combine the order. It's easier to do it that way. If you don't combine, you can just use the same tracking number for both orders. So let's say somebody came in and bought 2 Polo Ralph Lauren shirts, but they didn't combine those together. You can just take and copy and paste your label information to both orders. Or what you do is select both orders and then ship them both out together. I don't have an example of that today. Otherwise, I would show you how I do it. But yeah, you can just copy and paste the label information if you can't figure that part out. Oh, this one's in a bin. I got to grab that later. Those bins over there. Oh, they're going to be the death of me. I still haven't sorted them. So those bins over there, you see that 3 rows over there. Those were all in a closet, and all my suits and heavy jackets and stuff are in there. So I did sell a Polo Ralph Lauren 4XLT jacket, but I'll pull that after the live. I'm not going to go dig through that stuff with you guys. I don't really want to even dig for it, but I guess I do. It's a Poshmark order. I don't have to get it out today. But Polo Ralph Lauren 4XLT jacket, that one sold for 31 bucks. It was a nice sale. I love picking up the big, heavy Polo Ralph Lauren jackets. I should have grabbed that before the live, but I totally forgot I had that order. Next up, Peter Millar. Peter Millar Element 4. Let me type this in on eBay. This is how I look for my items, by the way, too. I don't think I've ever shown this on live. I I usually do this on my phone, but we're doing it on the computer because I have my computer here anyway. So I sold this item on Poshmark. I can't show the information because it has a tracking number on there, but it's a Peter Millar Element 4 jacket. It's going to be that one right there. So that's how I look up my items. It just says Element 4 right there. But the actual item, I just look it up in unsold or the ended listing. So I go down here, hit ended, and then type in just a keyword out of here, and I look for it in the list. And then here's my custom SKU. So 6828. So I'm going to come over here to 6800. And it's going to be right in the back right there. 6828 is my Peter Millar jacket. So super easy to find my items. I just use eBay to find them. I could use Nifty, but eBay is just much easier. Easy. What's up, Teach? Yes, in the new garage. Sorry, I'm missing all these comments. I'm trying to get used to the layout. What's up, Teach? What's up, Kim? Welcome in. Yes, calculate. Oh, I see. I missed your comment, Teach. My bad. My bad, Teach. I just started using Nifty, and I was wondering if I'm able to keep my Poshmark closet in the same order when it's doing shares. I don't think so. And to be honest, you don't really need to keep your Poshmark closet in the same order. Most people that are shopping on Poshmark are literally just typing in the item and looking for it. So the key is to have your item shared. I used to be the same way. I used to want to keep all my Polo Ralph Lauren in the same line. You're wasting way too much time trying to keep all that stuff in the same line. Most people, again, when they're shopping on any platform, they're just typing in the item they're looking for, and whatever's at the top, best price, best pictures, that's the one they're grabbing. So I wouldn't worry too much about keeping in the same order. But no, there's no way for Nifty to do that. Nifty just shares whatever's about to end, basically. So even if you put it in order, it's just going to share it out of order again. So you might as well give up on that dream. I know it sucks. Because again, I used to be that way too. Want to keep everything in order. Oh, I exited out of that. I exited out of the tab. No. All right, that one shipped. Remember, Poshmark is now Ground Advantage, so make sure you use your own supplies or get the free supplies from USPS.com. I'm just using free supplies for now. I haven't even tried to order the new supplies. Has anybody got their new supplies in, and how do you like them? What's up from Calhoun, Georgia? Strange weekend, listed 2 items. They sold within 15 minutes. Tommy Bahama cotton blend and a regular Polo Ralph Lauren. Never had that before. Let's go. Hey, that's good. What's up, Kate? Congratulations on your new house. Appreciate you guys. We went for a bike ride this morning. It was nice. Took Joey outside. Took him for a nice little bike ride. Now he's kind of chilling out and relaxing. All right, let's look for this. I'll show you this one too. I'm looking for a Untuckit shirt. One of the words in the actual listing is the word cream, and I know cream isn't in a lot of my listings, so I can just type in cream, and then right here is the Untuckit shirt that I'm looking for that's sold on Poshmark. This one is in 5811, so let me make the screen bigger. 5811, so I'm just going to come over here, 58. This is 58. I know it's going to be behind here because this is 5803, so I'm going to go to 5811, and here it is right here. Untuckit men's short sleeve shirt, sold over on Poshmark for a whopping 20 buckaroos. Nice little bread and butter sale. Nice little bread and butter sale. No problem. Appreciate you being here, Aaron. Order Poshmark. I had to give up on order Poshmark for Nifty. But it's worth it. Yeah. I don't think I think it's more personal preference than rather like shoppers are going to actually look and see if all your items are all in the same order on Poshmark. So I wouldn't worry about it. Shut up. Get him out of here. I know he's going to talk about the Colts and all this stuff. Surfs, I don't want to hear your voice this morning. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to look at your comments. I don't want to hear your voice. I need a break from you. I need a day break from you. They sent me priority stuff. I just returned to the post office. Yeah, I heard somebody say that too. They got priority instead of the Ground Advantage supplies. That's just the post office doesn't have any clue what they don't have any clue what they're doing yet. What size clear bags do you use? All my products I use on a daily basis, Katie. If you go to my link tree, that's in my, it's on my YouTube front page. I have my link tree there. My second link is the products we use on a daily basis section. All the products, including the bags, the clear bags, the boxes. I don't have the shelves because I got the shelves at Costco, but everything else is all linked there. Printers, scales, tape, all that stuff. Yeah, we don't want to hear Surfs, right, chat? We just don't want to hear him today. We don't want to hear this voice. All right, I'm going to pull all of these. It's going to take me a minute because this is a big order. Look at this. Look at this, chat. I sold a mess of Polo Ralph Lauren this weekend. All of this came from the same bundle. All of this. Ugh. Nice little bundle. Sold for, let me take it off screen before I show the thing. This sold for, what did it sell for? Oh, 155. Good little order right there. $155 for some Ralph Lauren pieces. Let me type this. I'm just going to type in Ralph. It's going to take me a minute to find these. These should all be in the same order on this page. Let me see. I got that one. Should start right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I think there was. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Let me just give me 1 second, Chad. I just want to make sure I'm pulling the right ones. You got that one. You got that one. You got the blue one. You got that one. Got that one. Got that one. And that one. Okay, cool. I got them all. Go away, Surfs. Yeah, tell them to get out of here. Go away. Everybody just chant, go away, Surfs, with their picket signs. I ordered the free ground advantage on September 10th. We'll get a confirmation. I called this morning. They had no records of me ordering. That's the post office for you. They didn't plan that out very well at all. They just gave Poshmark permission for the ground supplies, I think. Again, I used to work for the post office, so I kind of understand how they operate. I think they just told Poshmark, yeah, they can order the free supplies. We got like a program now with the free supplies, and they're like, all right, just have them call this number that there's only like 5 people answering the phone. There's going to be like 10,000 people calling that number all at once. And then also send an email, but we won't give them any confirmation that their order actually went through like the actual site. What they should do is just put it up on their actual site and let everybody order the ground advantage supplies. Because again, you can use those supplies on every platform. I know some people are like, you can't, you can only use them on Poshmark. There's no rule against it. The ground supplies are just like the priority supplies. You can use them as long as you use a proper ground label with them. From what I understand, there's no ground, obviously there's no flat rate ground packaging. There's no flat rate ground service. So as long as you put a ground label on, you should be perfectly fine. There's actual other businesses that have been using these for a while, and they just gave access now to Poshmark, but they didn't do it very well. They didn't release it very well. So you're going to have issues with the service. So finally, some items on eBay and Poshmark. I use your code when I signed up for Poshmark, and I bought my first shipping supplies using your link, and Surf's up. Let's go. Awesome. Hey, you don't have to support Surfs at any time if you don't want to. Just kidding. I appreciate you supporting both of us. All right, let's pull these. I got 7 Polo Ralph Lauren items to pull right now. So 4469 is my first one. It's going to be 4469, which is up here. All right, 4469, that's number 1. Let's see what number 2 is. We got 6233. 6233 is going to be down here. 6233. And the way I'm doing this, by the way, chat, is again, I'm just going over to eBay. Nifty pulled down all of these listings together because they all sold together, basically. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's how I'm looking for my items. These 7 in a row should be the 7 items that I'm looking for. So the next one I'm going to grab right now is 3184. 3184. Next one is going to be 1729. Man, all of them are right where these lights are. I didn't think I was going to pull any out of this front box this morning, so I didn't move these lights, and of course all of them are right here. So let me move this out of the way. What did I say? What number did I say it was? 1729 should be right at the top up here. 1729. It's kind of hiding from me. There it is. This box is packed. 1729. And then we have 6542. I'll make this big so you guys can see me walking back and forth too. 6542. 6542 should be right here. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Should be these two right here. 6348. 6348. And then the last one is 5063. 50, 63. Cool. That is all one singular Poshmark order. All those together, they're all men's Polo Ralph Lauren shirts. I'm gonna have to find a box. I have boxes over there, but they're buried, so I'll print that, and I'm gonna make a post on socials about all the Ralph Lauren I sold this weekend. So I'm gonna save this anyway. Let me print this label out and just stick it on top. But this is why you need an inventory system right there. See how quickly it took me to pull all those orders and talk to you guys all at the same time. Super fast, super efficient. Need an inventory system. If you're just putting all your stuff in one box and kind of trying to figure out where it is, you're wasting time, and time is valuable. Time is money. All the rest are eBay orders, so it should be nice and easy from here. Where's Kayla? She's in taking care of Joe, bro. You might see him running around in the back here in a little bit. They should just send every Poshmark seller supplies. Some people opt to just use their own supplies. Like I'm just using bags for my supplies and boxes for my supplies, but I get it. I don't think they should just send them willy-nilly to people's houses because people won't use them, but they should make it easier to order. So did the kids have to change schools? Yes, they did. Emelina's first day was today. She went to her first day. Sissy already started school like Thursday of last week, so she's been good. Emelina was super nervous. Super nervous. I just got tracking from Posh Supplies on Friday. Still shows a waiting label. Will probably show up today, yeah. What's up, Kevin? My new order is showing informed delivery as a label made, not shipped yet. Please explain informed delivery to viewers. Informed delivery is just a way for you to see what's on the way from the post office. So basically, when the items get scanned in at the plant, you will get, they basically take pictures of everything that's on the way so you can see. So if you want to see like what piece of mail you have on the way for that day, you can just sign up for informed delivery so you can see all your bills that you have to pay that are on the way. I don't know if it's packages yet. I don't know if they do informed. When I was working at the post office, it was just letter mail, because packages you can just see tracking information for. But yeah, that's informed delivery. That's a lot of Ralph. Ding the notification, was waiting for Surf's weird. That's okay. You shouldn't have been in his live. Just kidding. What's up, Amy? This is the most energy I've heard you have, K-Way, in the last week or so. Oh yeah. I slept really good the last couple nights. I've been building furniture and setting all this stuff up. It's been a crazy week, that's for sure. What's up, Debbie? Welcome in. Hold on, my thing is messed up. Did the girls start their new school? Yeah, they started. Emelina started today. Sissy started last week. Seeing a new house. How do you like your new house? I love it. Love it. There's so much to do here. We were spending time at the pool this weekend. The pool is literally right across the street. I've sent pictures of Surfs and Chris, and we went for a bike ride this morning. So right before the live to get Joey some energy out, we took a little bike ride, and it's been nice. So I know you live in Florida, as do I. Doesn't the humidity? No. So I've actually stored in here. There's a lot less humidity than in my last house. My last house was like open roof and everything. There's no insulation like on the door. I've never had an issue as long as I put the items in these bags. I never have an issue with humidity or anything like that. So that's why one reason why we clear bag all of our items. But in the next couple days, we are going to put a AC unit out here. One of those. We're not allowed to mount AC units on the wall per our HOA, or we have to basically ask if we're allowed to. And from what I understand, you're not allowed to mount AC units anywhere in your house. That's like one of the rules. But we are allowed to have a portable unit. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a portable unit, stick it out here, and we should be good to go. When using Nifty, do you recreate for eBay after 30 days? Viewers and watchers will be deleted. I'm thinking maybe 60. I do 30 days. Sandra, if somebody is viewing or watching your item, let's say they view or watch your item on day 5 after you listed it, and they still haven't bought your item, they're not somebody you want watching your item anyway. They're not interested in buying it. They're basically window shopping at that point. So I don't really care about if they wanted to buy that item, they would buy it immediately. They wouldn't watch it and wait, especially if it's like a $20 Ralph Lauren shirt. There's millions of those up. Might be somebody that watched your item and went and bought another item too. So I don't really worry about those people. What's up, Thrifty Goose? Shame that Surf's. It's a shame if Surf's visit, he's not allowed. Public pools are private. Yeah, we'll have to keep him in the house. He's not allowed out of the house. I don't want to get banned already. We just got here, and I don't want Surfs to be the reason I get banned. So yeah, he's not allowed. There's actually a school right down the street too, Nick, and I can't have him here because he can't be within so much distance of a public school. So that's another thing we have to deal with when Surfs comes down. All right, let's pull another order. We got eBay orders. We're gonna start with 5188. 5188. I'm not going to ship this one out yet. Like I said, I want to make a post on socials with how much Ralph Lauren that sold this weekend, because you're about to see a bunch of Ralph Lauren here in the next couple minutes. But this is a Ralph Lauren. It's a men's 4XLT Ralph Lauren shirt. This one sold for $22.99 plus ship. I should have listed this one higher. I don't know why I just listed it for $22.99, but sold for $22.99 plus ship. Yeah, I have an HOA, but the HOA is not bad. They don't have too many rules. I'd rather the good thing is living in an HOA community. The houses all here look really nice. Everybody keeps up with their houses. The bad thing is you have rules with the HOA. So I've been gone for 2 weeks. I feel refreshed running every day, and I missed you. Thank you so much for your reseller support. Appreciate you, Maxine. Welcome back. Congratulations. Appreciate you, Stephanie. Yeah, you should do Comedy on the Side Hustle. Hilarious. Yeah, if you see this guy, he's not allowed within. So yeah, can't be within so far of a public school. 4519 is the next order. 4519 should be down here at the bottom. Man, I have a bunch at the bottom down here. All of a sudden, everything's getting pulled from the bottom, which is fine. I'd rather get rid of some of the stuff. Some of the stuff is jackets. That's probably why it's selling right now. But this is a Cricket jacket. It's a good brand to look out for. This one sold for 28 bucks. Let me show you the tag. I know it says $12.99, but we actually paid half of that. $6.50 is what we paid for this. That is a tag you're looking for, and this is like a vest. I've never actually seen a Cricket vest before, so we decided to pick it up. This one sold for 28 bucks. We picked this up in the middle of summer, so it sat for a little bit. Now that it's turning into winter, sold for that. Sold for 28 bucks. Busted. Thanks for the information about flat rate shipping. I upped my shipping policies. Let's go. Yep, everything is flat rate for me. I noticed a really big hit in sales when Calculated recently changed. They upped the prices of Ground Advantage again, and then I saw a huge dip in sales because people, like, for this jacket or for this vest, they would be charged like $12 for shipping, and they shouldn't be charged $12 for shipping. So I changed my policies and immediately saw an increase in sales. So if you need the video, I have a video on YouTube on how to change from Calculated to flat rate shipping. So the whole video, a guide on how to do that if you're confused on how to do it. Surfs go away chat. Yeah. Surfs go away chant in each school. Yeah. They have posters, Nick. They have posters when you walk in. Like if you see this guy, report this guy. If you see him walk through the front door, he tries to flash his ID and immediately gets tackled by all the cops. Don't ask me how I know. Ralph Lauren has been so good. Bread and butter has been a good bread and butter item. Any recommendations on where to find some wholesale or cheaply? Now, wholesale Ralph Lauren, I don't think many people would just give that information out. Just be careful when you do buy wholesale, if you do find a wholesale supplier, because a lot of them sell their worst items wholesale. With Ralph Lauren, specifically the polos and the long sleeve shirts, vintage pieces you can get away with like a little bit of stains and flaws. But when it comes to shirts like this, if it has any stains or flaws, it like dramatically kills the value. Like this shirt with a stain or a flaw would be like a $5 to $10 shirt. If you're buying it wholesale, you're usually buying it for right around $5. So just be very careful. When you order your first round of wholesale from whatever supplier you find, make sure you order a small batch and make sure you check over each piece and see the flaws and then relay it back to the people that you buy from. Like, hey, I can't buy any more from you because this had a flaw and these are almost worthless at that point. You will eventually find a good supplier. I found a good supplier that supplies really good stuff. Even with the supplier that I found that sends good stuff, there's still stain and flaw pieces. That's just part of wholesale. But I don't know of anybody who's just going to give out a wholesaler. So that's something that you got to just put in the work to find that wholesaler. Can you explain to me, like I am 5 years old, what the eBay service metrics really mean? Impressions, click-through, page view, conversion. Conversion is just when somebody clicks on your item and purchases it. Page view is how many times they view the page. Click-through is just if they click through your item, how many clicks they're doing on your item. Impressions is how many times it shows up on the feed. So when they're going through and they type in Ralph Lauren shirt, how many times your item showed up on the feed. And I don't know the percentage was optimal. To be honest, Michelle, I don't even pay attention to those metrics. As long as I'm continuously making sales, then I'm just going to focus on making sales. If I did see a downtick in sales, then I probably would look at those metrics and compare them to last year. But for right now, like I said, I haven't listed in 2 weeks and my stuff is still selling. So I almost never look at metrics, to be honest. Never, ever. I look at metrics on social media, but that's about it. If you see a guy with shorts, non-matching shirt and a backwards hat, yeah. that surfs up fines for you right there. Brooks Brothers. Let me pull this one really quick. Brooks Brothers 6608 should be over on this rack. 6608. Right here in the front. Nice. Brooks Brothers, this is a really good, like a fall pattern, like a Christmassy fall pattern. And it's a 3XLT, so it's a big and tall size. Because of that, I listed this one a little bit higher. I listed this one for $29.99 and it sold for full price. So nice sale, $29.99. Brooks Brothers flannel shirt. If you have flannel shirts, you have jackets and stuff in your death pile, I would start listing them ASAP because they are starting to move. They are starting to sell. This thing, 2 months ago would have probably sat for another 2 months before it sold. Now they're moving pretty quick. So this one shipping out for 14 ounces. Buyer paid $7 for shipping. I'm paying $6.72. The wanted FBI sign. Found 2 pairs of Cool jeans, same size. Would you pair them? No, with Cool, you could pair them together. They would sell really fast, but to be honest, you'll make more money if you split them up. Cool jeans sell really quickly. So the reason you pair items together, the main reason you do is because they're slower sellers, and if you pair them together, you can sell them faster and make quicker money on them. Something like that, there's no need to. So don't look at any metrics other than sales. Yeah, that views on your listings. I know a lot of people scroll through the listings and look at how many views their listings have. To be honest, you're just wasting your time. Just focus on selling. That's what I would do. Focus on selling. If you're not selling, then look into the metrics, look at your views, see if your items are getting views. But if you're making sales, I wouldn't worry too much about it. 6687. 6687 should be right here. Yep, Polo Ralph Lauren jeans. This is when we didn't have the. I'll have to rebag this. This is where we didn't have the big bags. We ran out of them and we were bagging them like this. But 6687, this is a pair of men's Polo Ralph Lauren Varick jeans. You guys probably saw me pick these up in the TJ Maxx Marshalls video that I made like a month and a half ago now. I forget what I paid for these. I think I paid 20 bucks for these. You can watch in the video to figure out exactly what I paid, but it should have been right around 20 bucks. These sold for $69.99 plus shipping. Nice sale right there. I'm going to add that to the Polo Ralph Lauren pile because I'm going to take a photo of that right after this live. Next up, I know Chris is doing like a challenge with these, 6786. I know Chris is doing like a challenge with these right now. These are Levi's. I actually picked up a bunch yesterday too at the thrift store. Levi's men's jeans. This one sold for $20.70. You're not going to get a ton out of these. These are just a 505. They're like a dark blue wash. I know they look black on camera, but they're dark blue. You're not going to get a ton for these, but they are bread and butter. So yesterday at the thrift store, I grabbed 5 pairs for $4 to $5 a piece. You list them right now, they're going to sell really hot, really fast. I don't even look at the model numbers. I know some models sell better and faster than others, but to be honest, I've bought these in wholesale, and basically I'd say 90% of the wholesale that I bought just like a month or two ago has already sold. So I'm not really worried about numbers on the back. I'm just trying to pick them up as cheap as I can, and if I can find them locally at a thrift store for $4 to $5, I'm going to grab pretty much any pair of men's Levi's. Paying $6.45 for my label. Buyer paid $10 for theirs for shipping. Do you think removing background negatively impacts sales? No, I think background removal could be really good. Just make sure your background removal tool, whatever one you're using, doesn't make the item look, doesn't like remove too much of the background or remove part of your item, because then it looks fake. Make sure your background removal tool that you use makes your item look better than it did. That's what I would say. I don't use any background removal tool when we take photos. Like, I'll show you this. I'll pull this here in a second too. Pull this off my screen. Getting pop-ups on my screen. No background removal tool. I use a white background. I use a light box to make sure my photos look nice, clean, and crisp. Why is that like that? I don't know why that's small. These two ended up being small. But anyways, that's my background. That's my background of my item. Nice, clean, crisp background. That must be an eBay glitch, because they're big, but they're small on the screen. It's so weird. That too. But you see how the background's just nice and white. Take my pictures of my measurements. Looks good. No background removal needed. I never remove the background on any of my items unless it's a pair of shoes or a tie. I'll remove the background for those because it makes them pop if you remove the background. But other than that, all shirts and stuff I don't remove the background for. Let me grab this one really quick. 6523. 6523. Right there. Tory Richard, these have been selling really fast. These actually sell faster for me now, which is weird because a couple years ago they didn't. Faster than Tommy Bahama shirts sell for me. So just a regular Tory Richard. This has a pineapple print all the way through on it. I listed this for $24.99. Nifty sent out a 10% out offer, and this person accepted, so it sold for $22.50. Levi's are my best sellers. Yeah, I passed on them for years, kind of like I did for Ralph Lauren. I'm kind of regretting it now. Anytime I can find super cheap Levi's, I'm just grabbing them and listing them, and they're selling pretty quick. My items don't have any views on eBay. Hiding my listings. People are wild. Yeah, I don't listen to any of that jargon. Most of the time, it's just people are picking up the wrong items and they're wondering, why isn't my item selling? Or I'll get messages. I get messages all the time, Nick, from people like, hey, can you look at my store? I haven't made any sales and I'm wondering why my stuff isn't selling. And I'll go to their store and they'll literally have 15 items listed. And I'll be like, do you see how many items I have listed? Like, look at the number I have listed. You have 15 items listed and you think all 15 are going to sell in a week. It's just like, no. Now I'll look at the items they have and it's usually bad brands that I don't ever pick up. But yeah, I get that all the time. When's your next Whatnot show? This weekend, this Saturday. We're probably going to do a smaller show, like right around 60 to 70 items, just to test everything out, make sure it's all good. I have to clean up the rest of the garage this week. That's like my main goal. And then the following week is going to be a big show. I'm going to talk to a couple people that are waiting to ship me some stuff. Talk to them this week, and that should be in the following week. But yeah, small show this week, 60 to 70 items, and probably going to do lots of giveaways for you guys for supporting us. I paid $450 for Levi's, but only the 50%, the one's 50% off. Nice. If I like how you live, I usually watch the replay. I just signed up for Depop and we'll cross list with Nifty. Any tips on shipping, etc. So for Depop shipping, it's very, very simple. You just set your weights. They have like a extra small, medium, large, and extra large packaging. It says which weights you're gonna, like what weight the item fits into. So for example, these jeans would fit into like, I think it's the large or extra large, which is between 1 to 2 pounds. You're gonna click on that. As soon as you make a sale, you're gonna get a shipping label sent to your email, or you can do it right on Depop. I usually just go through my email, print off your label, slap it on the package. You're good to go. Just make sure you use the proper weights for your items. You're good. It's kind of like Whatnot, kind of like Whatnot, where they have like set parameters. So between this and this would be this label, this and this will be this label. So just make sure you pick the right label. Ships, or it gets sent right to your email. Super simple. Next one, another Polo Ralph Lauren item 6187. Should be down here. Might be in the front. Nope. I thought it was. 6187. Men's Polo Ralph Lauren. Nice like Christmas plaid to this one too. This one sold for $24.99 plus shipping. I'll set that off to the side because I'll ship that afterwards. 6596. Should be in this one. 6596, another Polo Ralph Lauren piece. This is an estate rib sweater. If you find these, pick them up. They are going to sell like hotcakes right now. This is like the perfect time to find these sweaters if you're out thrifting. I would even pay up a little bit for them, because between right now and Christmas time, you're going to list these and they're going to sell. Like this was listed for like 2 weeks and it sold for almost full price. Nifty sent out 10% offer, but I usually pick these up between $5 to $8, sell them relatively quickly. Estate ribs. You can also find them at TJ Maxx and Marshalls on clearance sometimes, and then you pick them up then. We're going to Gen Z lingo. Emily, it's critical to communicate with Depop crowd. Yeah. Yeah, the Depop crowd is, yeah, and you have a lot of window shoppers over there, Emily, so you're going to accept a lot of offers and people just aren't going to pay for their items, so just keep that in mind too. Next up, I sold 2 of these, 6699. Hopefully I have 2 of them. I think I do. 6699. 6699? Oh, wrong one. 6699. And 6699, beautiful. I do have 2 of these. I know one of these got returned, so I was hoping that I up the number of listed. Perfect. So TJ Maxx, Marshalls finds. This is what these 2 are right here. These are Levi's, 2 pairs of Levi's. Both bought at TJ Maxx. I think on those days, I think I was paying $13 to $16 for Levi's when the yellow tag clearance event was happening. Both of these sold together for $69.98. So this person took advantage of 2 separate sales that I have for in my store. So if you buy anything for over $50, you get 10% off automatically, but it has to be a full price sale. So they bought these full price, and then they also got free shipping because they bought 2 or more items in my store. So they took advantage of both of that. Still sold for $69.98. I had $23 invested into these, so that's still a good deal for me. Good deal for them. What am I going to pack these in? I haven't ordered any new boxes. I have plenty of boxes though. Plenty of moving boxes, so I can figure something out. Actually, I know I have these. That's what I'll do. I have bigger bags. So I'm going to put these in a bigger bag. I order these specifically for this reason. If I ever get something like this that I need just a little bit of a bigger bag for, I'll throw these in there, and I'll show you guys how I wrap these up too. But yeah, shipping to the same location. They bought them together, add them to their cart, so there's no need to add 2 items to the same label because it automatically does that for me on eBay because of the way they purchased. So I'm just going to take this off and make sure this is nice and tight when I wrap it. And then I'm also going to tape it too. Make like a little burrito. These bags are a little bit more pricey, the bigger bags, but they do come in handy. Like if you ever have like 3 or 4 items that ship together, you just throw them right into a poly bag like that. Ship out. These are on my link tree too. If you just order the same bags, but you go to like the biggest size they have, that's this size right here. Just like I said, be aware they are a little bit more pricey. Ask my daughter now. Yeah, ask your daughter all the lingo, all the Depop lingo. All right, this one's going to ship Ground Advantage for $8.50. Exactly why I give that free shipping. Because they buy 2 items, it really doesn't cost me too much out of my margins to give them free shipping, $8.50, and it just entices them to buy more. That one's shipped. What are estate rib sweaters? It's actually the estate rib is the name of the model for the Polo Ralph Lauren. So estate rib is what you're asking, not estate run. Hope your move has been going well. The garage looks great. What size boxes, shelves do you use? I can't seem to find the box that works perfect yet. These boxes right here are in my link tree. If you go to my pin post on Facebook, should be right at the top of my profile. Click on that link tree. It's also in the description of this live too. Go to the second link. The boxes that I have are linked there. The shelves I got at Costco. These are just generic shelves. The length and width of these are, they're 48 by 24. That's what most garage shelves are, 48 by 24. So as long as you get 48 by 24 with shelves, you should be able to fit 5 boxes on each row. I wish I would have bought more of those shelves because this shelf has to be spaced the way it is. So I'm like wasting space. That one doesn't have to be spaced like this one does. So I'm able to fit 1 extra shelf on there. I wish I would have bought more of the first shelves, but just find a shelf that doesn't need to have this needs to have the support bar right in the middle, right here. So that's why I have to space it like this. This one doesn't have to have a support bar. It actually has a bar built in right here that you put into the shelf, which allows you to put the shelves wherever you want. So just keep that in mind when you're building a shelf. Just do a little bit of research and figure out the exact shelf you need. I've ever had 1 return on Depop though. Yeah. I don't think I've ever had a return on Depop, Nick. I don't think I ever have. Actually, I've had a returns on Poshmark because of measurements. They measure the pit to pit and they're like, the pit to pit isn't right. You said it's 20 inches. It's 20.5 inches. It's like, and then Poshmark sides with them. I've had those. For the shipping, do you have to measure it or just weigh it? Most ground packages, you don't really have to measure because they're smaller packages. Once you get over a certain length and a certain width, then it does increase your label size, but most things that fit in these bags won't really increase your price of your label. But when you first start, I would highly suggest just measuring and weighing your items. Just get in that routine so you don't make mistakes as you grow your business. And then when you start shipping bigger things, you'll know how to do the weight and measurements because you did them on the small things. That's what I would say. Appreciate you, Betty. Next up, let's pick up some Halara 6603. By the way, I'm sweating right now, chat. I'm going to be sweaty back. I'm bringing back sweaty garage lives. If you used to follow me on TikTok, you know all about the sweaty garage lives. This is a Kayla pickup. I forget what we paid $5.34 for these. These are just a pair of Halara. Halara used to sell really well. It kind of took a tank because it's all over TikTok now. It's all over social media. They're giving great deals on this stuff. So don't pick up all of it. We only pick it up. It's brand new with tags and it's really cheap. This was a pair of Halara. This is a squirt, something. Kayla pickup. Paid $5.34. This sold for $20.70. No problem, Josephine. Appreciate all the questions. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask while I'm on live. This is the best time to ask your questions and get them answered instead of asking them on a video or something, because I don't get back to everybody on the video, but I do get back to everybody on these lives. This one's going to ship out for 8 ounces, and we're almost done. We got like a couple more to go, and then we'll be done. $4.74 is what I'm paying for the label. Buyer paid $7. Boom. Yes, the Posh return had Posh approved, literally 1 inch, and the buyer was measuring loose fabric. Yeah, I saw the picture too. Same exact thing, user. They didn't take the measurement properly, and I actually messaged in the chat like, hey, you're not taking the measurement properly. This is how you take the measurement, and Poshmark still sided with them. So it's part of the game. You'll get people like that just try to find a way to return something, and there's nothing you can do about it. 3684. 3684 should be down on this shelf. 3684 right here. Another Polo Ralph Lauren shirt, nice plaid pattern, kind of like, again, like a Christmassy plaid pattern. These are going to start selling like hotcakes, so pick them up if you ever find them. This one sold for $20.70. Nifty sent out a 10% out offer, and that person accepted. Then I got 6656. I've actually been picking these up, and they've been selling really fast. So if you're passing on these at thrift stores, you can get them really cheap. Grab them because they sell pretty quick. I just listed this one like 2 weeks ago and already sold. Polo Ralph Lauren. This is a sleepwear knit long sleeve, so it's like a t-shirt. You wear it to sleep at night, but these sell, and people wear these like, you don't have to wear these just to go to sleep. You can wear these like every day too. This one sold for $22.99 plus ship. Nice little bread and butter pickup. Do you offer free shipping anymore? Only if they buy 2 or more items, they get free shipping. Everything else is charged shipping on eBay. Do you buy all your labels through the channel you're selling on? Yeah, I buy my labels on eBay. Poshmark, Mercari, and Depop send you labels. So if you sell something, you get the label emailed to you. Whatnot, the buyer pays shipping, and then you print out the label on Whatnot. So basically, every service I get my label on that service. In your storage system, how many items can fit in one box? About 20. If you have like shirts, like skinny shirts, like these, you could probably fit like 25. Something like this could probably only fit about 18 to 20 in every single box. So in this inventory system right here, these are all my boxes. I just finished doing the last one last night. There is roughly around 1,500 items in these boxes right here. Everything else is in bins right now. What's up, Ree? Gotta go. Appreciate you stopping by, Ree. Appreciate you stopping by. All right, 6436. 6436 is up here. Another Polo Ralph Lauren shirt. Another good plaid pattern on this one too. This one sold for $24.99. Anytime I find these with like vibrant patterns like this, I don't list them for $22.99. I list them for a little bit higher. This one was $24.99. I don't comp every Ralph Lauren shirt out. If you are doing that, I would highly suggest not doing that, like going and trying to find the exact same plaid pattern and seeing what the exact same plaid pattern sold for. Most people, when they're searching for Ralph Lauren shirts, they're just looking for good photos. They're looking to make sure it fits, and if your photo pops, you got a better chance of you selling the item. You don't have to research every single Ralph Lauren shirt. Most Ralph Lauren shirts, the lowest I'll take on like a long sleeve is like $22.99. That's my bottom price. I list them for that. I don't have to research every single one. Just signed up for Nifty, and it won't let me cross list one of my eBay items to Poshmark. The option is grayed out. Do you know why? I'd have to look at it. If you can't figure it out, Jennifer, just reach out to Nifty support. They're really good. They'll probably be back to you in like an hour or two and let you know exactly why. They'll give you a full detailed. If you go down to the bottom of Nifty, there's a contact button. Hit that, email them, and then ask them like, hey, this specific item I can't cross list. Why can't I cross list it? If you can cross list everything else but not that one, maybe it's because it's a variation listing. So if you have like a large, extra large, that might be all into one listing. So if you have like large, extra large, 2XL, same item, variation, that might be one reason why you can't cross list. That's the only thing I can think of off the top of my head. Came across a Ralph Lauren trench coat this weekend, missing the inner liner for $14.99. Wonder what K-Way would do. So trench coats, the only time I'd pick those up if there's something special and unique about them. I won't really pick up any and every trench coat, especially Ralph Lauren. I'd probably pass on it. Unless like especially if it's missing the inner liner, that's usually what causes the value to go up, because it's like a nice plaid, like polo plaid inner liner. I'd probably pass on it, especially for $14.99. But I'd have to look at it. Again, there's things that make it worth more, like a embroidery or something like that. If I had an embroidery on it, I might pick it up for the embroidery. All right, next one, 4387, last item, 4387. 643. Oh, right in the front. Look at that. Like I planned that out. This is a women's small wool Pendleton top. Pendleton's going to start selling really, really, really well. So if you have Pendleton in your death pile, or if you find it out in the wild, I'd list it right away. It's a women's wool top. This one sold for $31.50. Nifty sent out a 10% out offer, and this person accepted. And that's the last piece to ship today. If you guys have any last minute questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. I don't know if I'm going to do a live tomorrow. I might actually go thrifting tomorrow morning. So next time I might be live is going to be Wednesday. Plus, I'm not really listing right now, so weekday sales are a lot less than weekend sales. So I'm not going to hop on live to ship like 2 items. So once I get back to listing, which hopefully will start today, I just got to clean up the right side of the garage. Then sales will start picking back up. I'll have 10 to 15 sales on average every day like I used to, but I haven't listed, so that's why. What's up, Tracy? You have a video showing your inventory system? I do. Let me, I'll put it in the chat for you so that way you can go find it real quick. Let me just find it on my channel. It's on my YouTube. It's actually on my Facebook, but it's going to be super hard for me to find it on my Facebook. Facebook doesn't have a way of like sorting videos. It's kind of weird that they don't do that. But here is the video. It's on YouTube. You guys want to say hi to Joey? Let me see if he's not doing anything. There's the YouTube video. I just put it in the chat. If you watch that video, that'll show exactly how to set up this inventory system. It's not my system. I didn't create it. I give credit to the person in the video who created it, Daily Refinement. That's who I first saw it from. I just kind of remade the video for my audience. Loved all 3 shirts I got a couple weeks ago. Let's go. I'll have another Whatnot show this weekend. Like I said, this weekend show is going to be super short. I just want to test everything out to make sure it all works before we do like a huge show, because I don't want to schedule a huge show and then like things we're having errors. I'd rather do a small show, test stuff out, and then do a big show. So what percentage of your listings do you typically sell in a week? On average, if you're just talking about eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, and Depop and not Whatnot, I'm not going to include Whatnot into these numbers. Before the move, I was selling roughly 10 to 15 items per day, 7 days a week. So whatever that is, what would that be? 70. So it'd be about 100 and 105. Let's say 100 items per week, and I have 1,700 listings in my store right now, like just above 1,700 in my store. So whatever that math is. Do you offer free shipping? No, I don't do free shipping anymore. Everything is charge shipping. I haven't done free shipping in probably 1.5 to 2 years. Figured out why Nifty thing for some reason the size of my item from eBay didn't transfer the Poshmark listing. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, sometimes you have to go through and fill out a couple more specifics. So let me get Joe Bro really quick. Hey, Joey.
He's not dressed.
Oh, he's not dressed. Never mind. Never mind, chat. He's not dressed. The first thing that boy does as soon as he walks in the house is he just strips naked, except for his underwear. Just runs around the house. I can't say I don't do the same thing, but I'm going. I'm doing my sweater Whatnot show on Thursday. Let's go. Awesome. Sweater Whatnot show. I want to do a midweek Whatnot show, but I'm not going to have this garage set up. I plan to have that whole right side of the garage set up and ready to go for this weekend. Should be fun. I got some good consignment on the way. So, hi, Queen. Yeah, she's in the house. She's taking care of Joe Bro. All right, chat. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Hopefully you guys like the new kind of setup. Like I said, I plan to do like a camera view over here so I can swap between both cameras and I can show you guys how I pull the orders and then ship the orders. I want to do like a whole setup out here where I can like show the top down angle so you're not just like looking at me the whole time. You can actually see me like put the items in the packaging. You can ask questions about that. But yeah, that'll all come with time. So you suggest change? I haven't done free shipping in a while. When I actually started charging shipping, I saw an increase in sales. And I talked about this on the last live. If you charged $22.99 plus $7 shipping, or you charge $30 free shipping, mentally, just me saying that probably makes you think, oh, I'll buy the first one, the $22.99 plus shipping, because it seems like it's a better deal when it's actually not. Same reason why stores do $22.99 instead of $23, right? Because it makes you think it's $22. It makes you think that you're getting a better deal. I saw an increase in sales when I started charging shipping. So if you're not, just give it a try for a month. Change everything over to charge shipping and see if you see a bigger increase in sales. So new house fridge tour. There's nothing in there right now. You won't be able to see. I can't take my computer in there. If I was on TikTok, I would, but I can't. Can't take my computer away from the desk. All right, chat. Appreciate you guys hanging out. I might not be live tomorrow, but I'll be live hopefully Wednesday.